What's going on, everyone? It's JDC here. Today we're talking about why the Portland Trailblazers need to blow it up this offseason and why I think their roster is definitely worse than it was last year. So what's up? My name is JDC. If you guys like the video, drop a like down below and press the sub button. It'd be really appreciated. And let's get into the video. So the Portland Trailblazers last season came out with a very disappointing season because they did get bounced out of the first round by Nikola Jokic and the Denver Nuggets, and it was without Jamal Murray. So it was an absolute embarrassment for the Portland Trailblazers because they did have all these good guys. They did have Damian Lillard, they did have CJ McCollum, they had Norman Powell, they had Robert Covington, they had even Yusuf Nurkic there, and they still lost. So if I'm the Portland Trailblazers, I'm definitely looking to blow up the whole team. CJ McCollum was probably the worst player on the team in the postseason. His postseason stats they were pretty okay. Like, I will admit, his postseason stats were very great. It's that he didn't show up for the Portland Trailblazers when they needed him. He did average 21 points per game, 44% from the field, and then 33% from three, which, yeah, pretty okay in the postseason compared to his regular season stats where he did average 46% from the field and then 40% from three. So TJ McCollum, he's just not that guy in the playoffs. I'm definitely looking to trade CJ McCollum if I'm the Portland Trailblazers. Like, his shooting splits are absolutely horrendous in the playoffs. Like, the first game, scored 21 points, had 3 assists and 1 block, but he did shoot 8 of 20 from the field and then 3 of 7 from 3. He's just inefficient overall. Damian Lillard was the only person scoring for the team other than obviously CJ McCollum, and then Norman Powell, he did turn up at around like the later games, but nothing too great to where they would have won anything. So the Portland Trailblazers, they also do have a lot of pretty young talent on the team. Now, CJ Ellaby did see some. Actually, I saw one game in the Summer League where he versed, obviously, the Rockets. Greg Brown, I'm definitely high on Greg Brown. Someone that's very athletic, that can dunk the ball. I really like Greg Brown. They also got people like Nasir Little, who could honestly have some defensive potential. I did see a little bit of clips of him last season because he did get some minutes, but nothing too much to where you can, define the player because didn't really have too much playing time other than garbage minutes. And then they also signed some people in the offseason. Tony Snell, 3-point god. Cody Zeller, backup big man right there that can actually play defense unlike Enes Kanter. Ben McLemore, who's a sniper from 3. So these 3 transactions, they're good, but they're not enough to keep Damian Lillard around because this team is definitely worse than last season. And honestly, this team, I don't even see this team making at least a good first round, like getting out of the first round because they're just not good. If I'm being honest with you, they're just not good. Rondae Hollis-Jefferson, I definitely think he's pretty good. Really good signing. I think they guaranteed his contract. I want to say you guys can let me know, but Rondae Hollis-Jefferson, like, he's good. But they ran him at the small ball 5 in the playoffs, which was honestly very horrible because he's a small forward, 6'6". So, and then they also did run Covington at the small ball position because small ball 5 because he is 6'7", and Yusuf Nurkic was mostly fouled out. So the Portland Trailblazers, I'm definitely looking to trade CJ McCollum first. Damian Lillard is also someone that they could be looking to trade to because he's basically 1 foot in, 1 foot out on the Portland Trailblazers right now. It's definitely hard to determine where he wants to be because he did say obviously he doesn't want to be out of Portland. He's loyal, but to some certain extent, I feel like he definitely wants to win a chip somewhere else because Portland, it's just not it right now because they don't have any good pieces. They don't have the right pieces to win a championship right now, especially because Yusuf Nurkic, he keeps fouling out. CJ McCollum, inefficient. Robert Covington, inefficient. So Damian Lillard, the 4 teams I definitely see Lillard going to, or at least potential landing spots for him, are the Knicks, the Sixers, the Celtics, and the Raptors. The Raptors are a little bit less because they do have Van Vliet at the point guard, but anything can happen. The Celtics are pretty interesting to you. Jaylen Brown for Damian Lillard and maybe a couple of first round picks, maybe add in Marcus Smart there. The Knicks, they could honestly land Damian Lillard. I think he's honestly the favorite to go to New York because the Knicks have a lot of good pieces, have a lot of tradable assets. RJ Barrett, even though second overall pick in the 2019 NBA draft. I don't know. RJ Barrett could definitely be a potential trade piece in that trade, but I don't know. And then the Sixers, Ben Simmons, Matisse Thybulle, Tyrese Maxey, and maybe 2 first-round picks for Damian Lillard. Now, honestly, I definitely like that trade package a little bit better than what New York has to offer, because you are getting Tyrese Maxey, who can come off the bench. You're getting Matisse Thybulle, who brings the defense, which they absolutely need on this team. And then Ben Simmons, who is a defensive monster and someone that can play make. So if they can get that package, maybe trade CJ McCollum for a very solid point guard. I'm not really too sure who they're looking for, but they definitely need a point guard if they trade Damian Lillard. It's just a fact. I don't think Ben Simmons is going to run the point guard on this team, because they don't really have a power forward on this team other than, I want to say, Robert Covington, but I see him mostly as a 3. They do have Norman Powell, but I see him mostly as a 3 too. So the Portland Trailblazers, they definitely have a lot to work with in this offseason. I definitely don't think they're going to blow it up this offseason yet, but in the future, they are definitely going to start rebuilding pretty soon. You know, Damian Lillard is 31 years old. CJ McCollum is 29, turning 30. Yusuf Nurkic is, I want to say, he's 27 years old. Norman Powell's 28. They traded Gary Trent Jr. They traded Gary Trent Jr. for Norman Powell in January, I want to say. So it was a really questionable move, because Gary Trent Jr. was absolutely great for them and was honestly great for the Raptors too. And then, you know, getting Norman Powell on the Portland Trailblazers, you know, I think they did that transaction to make the playoffs and then make a deeper playoff push. Obviously didn't work, but I don't know. This team is definitely interesting. They have a lot of pretty subpar pieces on the roster. Derrick Jones Jr., TJ Leaf. You know, they got all of these guys that I don't think they really condone winning. Especially Anthony Simons. Like, I like Anthony Simons is that he just doesn't play any defense. He is 6'3", 181 pounds, did average 8 points per game, 2 rebounds, and 1 assist. I like Anthony Simons off the bench. Shot absolutely amazing from 3, especially in the postseason. Shot 61% from 3. It's just, he's very inefficient. Very inconsistent too. Like in the last game against Denver, it's 9 points and a block. They shoot 100% from the field and then 100% from 3. But I don't know, like, this team is definitely, it's definitely not really, they're not ready yet to win, especially with the pieces around Damian Lillard. Damian Lillard never had a very great piece around him that could really, you know, make him to the finals. The only player that I can really think of is LaMarcus Aldridge, which honestly, you know, he is a good player, especially on the Blazers, but wasn't really, that much of a player to where they can get to the finals. So Lillard, if he goes to the Sixers, then honestly, I see the Sixers going to the finals. Lillard, Embiid, Tobias Harris, they got all these guys. So honestly, I hope Damian Lillard gets out of Portland, because I like the Portland Trailblazers. They are my second favorite team, but Lillard, he definitely needs to win a ring somewhere else, because Portland is not it right now, especially with, you know, their picks. They traded their first round pick this year in the 2021 NBA draft to the Rockets, where they could have had Usman Garuba, so, which would have helped them a lot, because they have no defense on the team other than Covington, maybe Nurkic, but not really. So yeah, I mean, this is Portland Trailblazers team. I'm definitely looking to blow it up in the next few seasons. If they don't do anything, you know, next season, then the season after that, they're gonna definitely blow it up, because Lillard's turning 32, McCollum's turning 31, so, or actually 30, I don't know. So yeah, the Blazers, they're definitely in an interesting position. I'm just hoping for the best for Lillard, and hopefully this Portland Trailblazers team can get back to where they were before. So that's the end of the video. My name is JDC, and I'm signing out here. Peace.